Yo, what's good? It's your boy B-Dell. If you're new to this channel, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. But today I'm going to give a brief synopsis on the spiritual dynamics on how to find your purpose that's beyond the artificial framework and the mental infrastructure of the three-dimensional paradigm that's comprised of people, places, and possessions, right? So with all that shit being said, when I'm talking about the esoteric principles of Islam, I'm not talking about Islam from a dogmatic, monotheistic standpoint. I'm talking about Islam from a metaphysical standpoint and from a socio-political aspect, to where you have some type of management skills, organization skills, discipline, to where you can master yourself in the three-dimensional world, to where you cannot be compromised by people, places, and possessions, right? So you're talking about the esoteric principles of I, self, law, and master, which creates internal self-law and management, right? So internal self-law and management, like I said, everything in the universe moves on a divine logistical order. So you're supposed to be an emulation of the universe, because we're a microcosm of the macrocosm. You never see anything in the universe that moves out of impulse. Everything has a meticulous divine order. Everything has structure. If you don't have any structure, that's going to create chaos. And when you have chaos, that creates dysfunctionalism. When you have dysfunctionalism, that creates depression and stress. And when you're stressed out and depressed, that creates this artificial emotion that takes you away from reaping the benefits of your purpose, right? Because you cannot tap into that fifth dimensional mindset and that high mental frequency, and you can tap into the universe. You're not able to do that because you've been compromised by the afflictions of the three-dimensional world, right? So a lot of people don't have the ability to tap into their purpose because they are mentally fractured and they are spiritually broken, because that puts them in a state of compartmentalized thought, to where they think in increments and fragments, right? Their minds all over the place, their minds in pieces. So when your mind's in pieces, you cannot see the full picture. You cannot tap into the future. That's why I tell people all the time, you got to stop winging stuff. You know what I'm saying? Everything you do is supposed to be planned out. I don't care if you're going to get a goddamn case of water. You should have that shit planned out. Your whole day should be planned out, because that planning links you to the future. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes I have my months and I have my days and everything, mapped out and planned out a month or a couple weeks ahead of time. Because like I said, I like to move in structure. I'm militant minded. Because when you don't have any structure, you don't have any discipline, that creates chaos and confusion. You know what I'm saying? And chaos and confusion, like I said, is connected to the material world. Because like I said, everything, it puts you in this artificial paradigm of sticking you into a stagnated time loop, to where you repeat the same shit over and over, to where you don't reap the benefits of evolution. You know what I'm saying? Everything on this planet, when you incarnated on this planet to tap into your purpose, you're supposed to evolve, because the planet is evolving. So if you're not matching up with the Fibonacci sequence of the planet and the Schumann resonance, when you don't reap the benefits of your purpose because you're not matching the same vibration of the planet, a lot of times, whether it be your next life, you may have some type of karmic debt. You see what I'm saying? So in order to tap in your purpose, you have to, master 360 degrees of the spiritual plane and master 360 degrees of the physical plane. And then when they have and they work in synergy and they work in symbiotic connection, that connection in itself creates your higher self, which is based on 720 degrees of mastery. So you got to master everything around you. You got to master people, places, and possessions. You got to master the people that doubted you. You got to master the people that don't give a fuck about you. You got to master certain friends and family members that turned on you. You got to master, of you reaching out to external forces, going to places, going to bars and stuff like that. When you're trying to tap into your person and tap into your purpose, you ain't got time to be going out. You ain't got time to be hanging out with certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because in order to tap into that frequency, you got to deviate yourself from those afflictions and be in a state of solitude, right? And a lot of people don't have the ability to be in a state of solitude because they too weak to be alone. You see what I'm saying? Because, the emotional aspects of this world has taught people and socialized people to be like, oh, they need to be codependent and they need to be around people in order to feel special. You have to love yourself intuitively in order to reap the benefits of your purpose. You see what I'm saying? Because, being alone creates creativity. Because like I told you, Everything on this planet is mental because God is the highest extension of the mind, which uses the elements of matter to express itself. So being alone, that creates an aspect of creation. God is a creator. I, self, Lord, master. You create your own reality based upon the frequency of your mind. So if your mind is out of balance and you spiritually out of balance, it's going to be hard for you to tap into that frequency. Like, for example, we put, like I said, we are microcosm of the macrocosm. We supposed to emulate the universe. Everything supposed to be organized and structured. So if your crib is a mess, your house is a mess, your bedroom is a mess, your life is a mess, because everything in your sacred energetic space is an emulation of what's going on with you mentally and spiritually. So that's how you know somebody is, working out of chaos and confusion. You see what I'm saying? So, a lot of people think that life is whooping their ass, but really they just don't have any type of organization skills. When you're supposed to be militant minded, everything's supposed to be structured. That's how your mind's supposed to work. You don't see the planets in the universe. They don't work out of impulse. They don't wing shit. Everything in the universe has a divine logistical order. Everything works in symbiotic connection. Everything in the universe is already mapped out. That's how you should plan your day. So, like, if you think about anybody who don't plan nothing and they operate from a place of chaos and confusion, when you go inside their house, their room is a mess. They got clothes all over the goddamn place. They have no vision board. They ain't got no calendar, no alarm set up, no notifications and things of that nature. When you go into their house, everything is just a motherfucking chaos because that's what's going on with them mentally, right? So, like I said, they are mentally broken and spiritually fractured. So when you think about tapping into your purpose, when you tap into your purpose, there's a story about Mike Tyson, right? Mike Tyson was able to do that because, a lot of times, these environments that we grow up in as so-called Black people, these environments that we grow up in, it deviates us from our purpose because of the environments. We living in a very hedonistic environment to the point where you're not able to tap into your purpose because you're around, a lot of toxicity in your neighborhood. So in order for Mike Tyson to tap into that frequency, that fifth dimensional mindset, in order for him to do that, he had to get away from that neighborhood because he grew up in East New York and Brooklyn. Hold on, let me get my screen share going. He grew up in East New York. You know what I'm saying? He grew up in Brooklyn, New York. But in order for him to tap into that fifth dimensional mindset, his trainer named Customato, he understood, the aspect of Mike Tyson, just Mike Tyson was, at that time, he was very talented, but he was, all the afflictions in his neighborhood stopped him from reaping the benefits of his purpose until he got out of that situation, right? So hold on, I'm gonna get something for you for a second. Hold on. Because there's a few videos that I want to show you of Mike Tyson. Because Mike Tyson at the time, his trainer, Customato, you see what I'm saying? Customato took him out of a certain environment to where he was able to tap into his purpose. He didn't have to worry about paying bills, and he didn't have to worry about when he was going to eat his next meal. So when you have children and things of that nature, and you have a very skilled, son or daughter, they really good at playing instruments, you should let them, study that intuitively. You know what I'm saying? You should let them tap into that frequency intuitively. They shouldn't have to worry about adult problems because those adult problems can cause a lot of dysfunctionalism and trauma when they get older to where they can't tap into their purpose. So, living in this three-dimensional world, they like to give us the illusion of choices. We ain't got no motherfucking choices. A lot of us was incarnated on this planet to do one thing, but it's up to you to have the mental and spiritual fortitude in order to, reap the benefits and tap into that frequency, right? So hold on for a second. I'm about to get these videos for y'all. I forgot to send them to my computer. But, you know, in order to tap into your purpose, man, you shouldn't have to worry about, you know, adult problems, because that basically puts us in an artificial time loop, in a form of stagnation. You see what I'm saying? So Mike Tyson at that time, man, like I said, he grew up in a very rough neighborhood. He wasn't able to, you know, reap the benefits of, you know, tapping into his person until he got out of that situation. You know, so his training was very extensive. You know what I'm saying? You got to be very focused when you trying to tap into your purpose. Hold on, I got another video for you guys too. Let's see. Because I want y'all to see how focused he was. You don't tap into, you know, your purpose when you're hanging around with people all the time. When you worrying about going to the bar, and when you worrying about money. Money has nothing to do with your purpose. People who don't give a fuck about you has nothing to do with your purpose. Going to the bar and hanging out, you know, at the clubs and stuff like that has nothing to do with your purpose. You have to be in a state of solitude if you want to tap into that frequency. Right? So I'm gonna show you these videos real quick.
And the little kid said, "You'll be the world champ."
You get emotional when we talk about cuss.
I didn't know I was.
But you were special.
Things more than I have to be afraid of.
Tyson, when I first had him, he was 190 pounds, nothing but muscle, 12 years old.
His anger cloaked him in a shroud of intimidation.
I'm only 12 or 13 at the time.
I'm not gonna take my title. You're the champ, fight smart. I never.
Wow, I was a monster, man. Oh, man.
It was 2 years ago that I took him there, and he won my first round knockouts in every fight.
Hey, cuss. 8-second knockout in the first round. 8-second knockout.
You see what I'm saying? In order to, you know, tap into that frequency of purpose, you have to be very focused. You don't have to worry about bills and things of that nature. You don't have to worry about shit like that. Because like I said, things like that, they stagnate you away from your purpose.
Move your head. Strong boy, guys.
What do you say? Oh. What do you say?
Strong boy.
Oh. I told you that.
Keep your hands ready to roll, Mike.
Hands up, move your head. Move your head. Both hands. Move your head, Mike. Move your head. Devin, flip and jab.
See what I'm saying? He's 16 years old, fighting like a grown-ass man. But like I said, you don't tap into that frequency if, you know, you don't tap into that frequency if you are worried about hanging out with everybody. Like I told you, everybody, you know what I'm saying, has been compromised to the point to where they're codependent upon certain things. They think they need to be around people all the time. They think they need to go to certain places in order to have some type of external validation, right? So when it comes to my purpose and things of that nature, in order for me to tap into that frequency, it takes a long time, and I'm already an introvert. I don't give a fuck about hanging out with nobody. So like I said, if you want to know who you are intuitively, like I said, it takes a long time. You got to spend a lot of time alone with yourself in order to tap into that energy. And a lot of people, unfortunately, they live on this planet and they're not able to tap into their purpose. They die before they reach their full potential. That's one of my fears. You know, I'm like, well, it used to be one of my fears. But like I said, when you understand yourself intuitively and when you're able to tap in and connect yourself to the source, you know what I'm saying, everything can start making sense to you, right? And there's this diagram that I wanted to show you guys, if I can find it. Okay. So like I told you, everything is metaphysical. This is what you're looking at when you're talking about Islam. It's just basically mastering yourself. Everything on this planet is, you know, is basically a sign of nobility, to where you have knowledge, you have order, to where you have rhythm, to where you have, you know, you're connected to nature. You see what I'm saying? Everything on this planet is works in symbiotic connection. So you're supposed to be an emulation of that. You're not supposed to, like I said, you're not supposed to be winging certain things. But that, unfortunately, you know, the afflictions of this world has, you know, created and socialized people to, you know, be very emotional to where they act out of impulse. Like I told you, everything you do is supposed to be planned. I don't care if you're going to get a goddamn case of water. All that shit is supposed to be planned out. Because when you have a planful mind is a righteous mind. A structured mind is a righteous mind. You know what I'm saying? A militant mind is a righteous mind. So, you know, that's connected to who you are, you know, your higher self. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know a person is tapped in to the frequency of the Most High, right? So if you will, you can screenshot this. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the conscious community, they've seen this diagram before. But like I said, you know, it's basically, you know, in order to tap into your purpose, you know, you gotta, you know, master yourself. You gotta do a lot of shadow work. It takes a lot of alone time. It takes a lot of self-realization. It takes a lot of intuition, not to see the red flags of everybody else, but to see the red flags and the shit that's been holding you back, right? So with all that shit being said, man, we living in a time right now to where the planet is going through a metamorphic change. Everything on this planet, you know, as far as the three-dimensional world, is not sustainable. So in order to reach your purpose, you got to be in a state of evolution, because the planet is in a state of evolution. And as the three-dimensional world is phasing out, in order for you to reach your real potential that's beyond the artificial construct of the three-dimensional world, you have to, you know, evolve with the planet. You know, you got to tap into that fifth dimensional mindset, right? Because, for instance, if the power grid goes down, some people like to say that their purpose is to make money. The grid shuts down, the whole economic infrastructure is gone. So is your purpose making money now? Is your purpose to be a basketball player? Is your purpose to be a football player? All these are man-made artificial constructs, right? Because that has nothing to do with your purpose. Some of our purpose is to play instruments. Some of our purpose is to be, you know, bring some type of edification to the planet, to raise up the mental and spiritual vibration. Some of our purpose is to teach, you know what I'm saying? Teach the metaphysical aspects of this planet. Some of, like I said, these are purposes that's beyond the construct of mankind and this artificial meta simulation of reality that we live in, right? So, like I said, man, in order to tap into that frequency, you got to be in a state of solitude. You almost have to be an introvert in order to tap into your full potential, to where you can tap into your purpose. So with all that shit being said, thanks for watching. I'm gonna start dropping a lot more videos. I had to take a break because, like I said, you know, when you overindulging inside of this, you know, these you going down the rabbit hole and things of that nature, that can create sensory overload. So sometimes you have to take a break and take a sabbatical from putting out videos and putting out content. And plus, like I told you, I'm a full-time father. I got full custody of my son. So yeah. So in order for me to do that, to have full custody of my son, like I told you, that took a lot of alone time. You know what I'm saying? In order for me to understand the law intuitively, to where I could represent myself in court, because like I told you, I'm a Moorish American. If anybody knows about, you know, they've been watching my channel and things of that nature for a long time. But in order for me to tap into that frequency, it took a lot of, you know, independent research and things of that nature. I didn't have time to fuck around and worry about hanging out with certain people, because my son, you know, my bloodline is connected to my purpose. You see what I'm saying? Because he's going to carry out that legacy. But like I said, man, thanks for watching. Get this video out there. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell, because a lot of you don't be getting my videos when it's, you know, when it comes on the news feed and things of that nature. But thanks for watching. I'll be back with a video very soon, and I'm going to be talking about how the Crystal City is actually inside the Grand Canyon. But I'm gonna just leave it at that. Thanks for watching.